thank you, Corpus Christi Cambridge, for joining me. So firstly, tell me what your plans are in the short to near term, guys.
So I am currently working as a civil servant at the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, and I haven't really thought much further into the future other than that. So,
thanks, Alex.
I'm currently obviously I'm the only one still at undergrad level, so I'm currently kind of being dispossessed at the end. So I think I might use it to roll into just some time out, and maybe if travel is lifted, go somewhere nice for a long period of time.
Thank you, Will.
I'm sort of in a similar person to Alex Russell, so I'm working in public sector audit for the National Audit Office, so also in London, kind of civil service adjacent, I guess. And other than that, trying to do a bit of kind of writing and stuff on the side, but mostly as a kind of hobby, basically.
Alex G?
So I've defected to Oxford, and I'm working for a DPhil in theoretical chemistry at Balliol College, Oxford.
Ooh, Balliol won a few years ago, actually, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I watched that.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with who's a big fan of Universe Challenge growing up, or even any other quiz show?
Well, I watched it since I was very young. It was always nice, like, as you get older, you can answer more and more of the questions. So it's quite fun actually going on it now.
yeah, no, I was much the same. I always used to watch it with my family on Monday nights. My dad was actually on it back in the 80s, and we've just found his episode on YouTube. And he looks a lot more youthful, much bigger hair than he has now.
I might try and find that clip.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Sort of a similar story with me, actually, in that my brother, who I always watched the show with growing up, he was on the show in my first year of uni, actually.
Dennis,
representing, Dennis, who was on the Worcester College Oxford team, so also a bit of a family connection there.
So I have almost no family history with it at all, and only started. Well, it's a really great thing to get into now that I've actually been on it, and it's been nice to have a team sport for the first time.
Brilliant. So how did you guys prepare as a team? Ian, perhaps you can start on this.
So we kind of sort of started out by figuring out what our various sort of strengths and weaknesses were. So we kind of figured out quite quickly that we had areas that we kind of specialize in. Obviously, me as an English student, I like to do the kind of literature questions, and like Alex G was really good at like classical music, stuff like that. And then we just did practice sessions basically with those, those like quiz books that you can buy with like university challenge style questions, and just read them to each other basically, and just tried to kind of simulate the experience of the show, and did those kind of every couple of weeks basically leading up to the actual tapings.
I mean, it was all old uni challenge questions almost that we did, because I think a few of them actually came up in the competition. Like, was it Clades that were practiced? So,
Yeah. So proud for that one. But...
I mean, actually, I think one of your classic questions this year was about Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5. I think my team worked that as a bonus question.
I remember that. Yeah, no, that was a fun one.
So do you guys get recognised in Oxford or further afield?
Well, I've been seen on the street a couple of times in Oxford. I guess there's a big fan community in Oxford. Like, oh yeah, you that guy. Yeah. Which is fun.
I've had some art historians come and give me a hug randomly on the street, because I don't think they get a huge amount of representation normally on shows like this.
I was good with the Courtaulds on this year as well. Good year for art history.
Yeah. I think for me it's mostly been like people at work just like emailing me very excitedly being like, I saw you on TV sort of thing. So that's been nice.
So after the experience, do you think you'll keep on quizzing as a team or individually?
Yeah, so funnily, it's funny you mentioned actually, me and Alex G are actually doing a music quiz tournament online next weekend. Yeah, definitely, I think it's still kind of something that we're all kind of quite keen on and definitely like to take part in. So.
Yeah, there's quite a big student quiz culture in Oxford that I'm at now, so there's a lot. I'm still doing quite a lot. And this music quiz is actually organised by Lillian Crawford, who was on the
Trinity,
this year,
yeah.
which is quite a nice connection as well.
Yeah.
I go to the local pub quiz with some of my housemates most weeks. Obviously not recently, but
Cleaning up.
no, it's been a very sobering experience of kind of one victory out of the 20 attempts that we've had. So
they always expect a lot if they see like you always expect it. Like it's different sort of quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say starting to use pub quiz machines for the first time for some extra cash if I'm ever in there. I kind of can't help but fall into those now. That's about it.
Thank you, guys. So what I'll do now is I have it's almost like a Mr. and Mrs. that they do at weddings, but this is with the University Challenge version. So I'm going to ask you 4 questions, and you have to put up a piece of paper with one of your surnames who you think is most an appropriate response. And I'll give you 5 seconds to think of each one. So the first question is, who is the uncle of the team? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise your cards. Ooh,
Oh, interesting.
You've got a mixture.
I think for me, because Will has the kind of flowing locks and he has
yeah.
that sort of presence about him, so
I thought I was the baby of the team.
that's true. You are actually the youngest, so maybe
Yeah.
Well, Alex G, you're an uncle to Alex R.
yeah, I mean, I think it's probably mainly because my uncle is quite into his classical music, and Alex G is definitely our resident classical music expert. So,
Brilliant. Okay, second question. Who is most likely to lose their train tickets? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Ooh. Oh, we've got a tie here between Ian and Alex R.
this one is actually definitely me, because on one of the trips to Salford, I did
yes,
lose
of
my
course.
train ticket.
We've actually got an answer for that one.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I think we all have to kind of switch to that.
Okay, good. So you got unanimous. That 10 points. That is the correct answer. Then.
Yeah.
Question 3. Who would win Bake Off?
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Ooh,
Oh, interesting.
Another split.
He's a chemist, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
I did a
true.
bit of baking, but I can't say myself anyway, and I wouldn't actually go. I don't know. I don't trust myself. Baking for other people anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was just guessing from Ian's personality more than anything.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a similar position to you, but I appreciate those are the vibes that I give off.
Yes.
So the final one is, I guess on your train journeys to Manchester for Universe Challenge, who is the loudest on the train? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
You guys have been quite impressive in being split in most of your answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was undecided between Stuart and Wang. I think
No.
it was very close.
I think I'm definitely loudest on the show, but maybe not on the train.
The train, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an inside voice on public transport.
Yeah,
Were you ever told to quieten down on the train when you were preparing?
people often ask like, "What are you doing?" Like in practice questions and stuff. They're like, "What is going on here?" But yeah, I don't think we were too loud.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking part in Quiz for NHS, and best of luck in your next steps.
Oh,
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
very much.